Hey everybody, thanks so much for tuning into this video. In this one, I'm going to go ahead and show you how to get started modding in Cyberpunk 2077 in the simplest way possible and show you how to add your first outfit or your first item, anything like that. So stay tuned, it's going to be a good one. It will get a little bit involved, but I'll try to keep it as simple as possible and try to keep it as short as possible as well. Thanks so much for watching. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to get started modding in Cyberpunk, you're gonna want to go to Nexus Mods. That is the address right there. Once you get there, you search for Cyberpunk 2077. You will have to create a free account, but it's no big deal. Do that and search for Cyberpunk 2077, and it's gonna come up on this page right here. It's usually going to default to the all-time setting right here. But the first thing you're going to want to do before you can get started modding is install what are called the core mods. And what these mods do, I won't go into a whole lot of detail on them, but they basically allow you to use other mods. So the best way to start searching for them is to change this date published, because that's what it defaults to. That, you know, if this was uploaded today, it's going to be the first one there. So we're going to change that to downloads. And now it starts with the top downloads. And these are going to be, the majority of them anyway, are going to be your core mods. So Cyber Engine Tweaks, Red 4 EXT, Red Script, Archive XL, Tweak XL, Codeware. This one is just a hair collection, so you don't necessarily have to have that one. Mod Settings, Native Settings UI, and Equipment EX, and probably Input Loader. Those are all going to be your core mods, so you're going to want to install those first. And the way I recommend doing them is go ahead and get one installed, like this one, Cyber Engine Tweaks. So you get this one installed first, run the game, and then make sure nothing's going wrong, and then install the next one, and so on. You don't necessarily have to do it that way. You can do them all at once, but I recommend doing Cyber Engine Tweaks first, run the game for a little bit, make sure everything runs right, exit out, run or install Red 4 EXT, Red Script, etc. until you get all those core mods done. So that one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Codeware. You can download these two, but they aren't core mods. Mod Settings, definitely. Native Settings UI. Equipment EX isn't necessarily a core mod, but it's a good one to have as well. Input Loader I would download as well. And that's basically it for your what we call core mods. So if you see that term anywhere and somebody says make sure you download the core mods first, that's what's going on. And if you've tried to download a mod before, such as an outfit or whatnot, and it's not working for you, chances are you don't have one of these installed, and that's why you're not able to use that. So go ahead and download those, and then we'll move on to how to go ahead and get started with the mods themselves. Alright, let's go ahead and talk about where to put these when you download them. So let's go to Cyber Engine Tweaks. And if we open this up, it will tell you the instructions on where to put it and that type of thing. So if we go to Files, Preview File Contents, this is basically where it goes in your Cyberpunk folder. Now you can, I install all my mods manually. I tried using Vortex, it didn't really work for me. So this is just the way I do it. If we go here to Manual Download, and then I just use the slow download. You can donate or sign up for a premium account and do the fast one if you like. Now I've already got this mod installed, but I'm just going to kind of show you how I go about installing it into the Cyberpunk folder without having to figure too much out. Now keep in mind, this works for me. If you've already got a method that works for you, by all means go for it. And if this doesn't work for you, then let me know in the comments and we can go from there. So once it's downloaded, this is one I downloaded earlier, so once it's downloaded, it's up here in download history. I go to the folder that it's in, show in folder, and then I right click on it, and then I hit extract all, and then I want to hit browse. And now when I hit browse, it automatically opens up my Cyberpunk 2077 root folder. If it doesn't do that for you, because I have no way of knowing if it's going to do that on your machine, it doesn't on mine. I then hit select folder, and then that will extract them to that. I'm not going to do that because I already have this installed, but you would hit extract, and then I'm just going to skip from here because I don't want to copy over the one I already have and mess something up for some reason. But that is how you'd go about doing that. If for some reason when you go to do this, extract all, and then hit browse, if your Cyberpunk folder doesn't come open, then go ahead and just open it up manually, and you can see this is the path for Steam. You can pause the video and copy that if you like, but if you have it on Steam, that's going to be it. Obviously, if you've used some other system to download it, then it's going to be something different. But you'll want to go to your main folder, your main Cyberpunk folder, and you're going to extract it there. And that's how I extract probably 99% of the mods that I download. If for some reason that doesn't work, then somebody has, when they've made the mod, they've created a different folder, and maybe it goes somewhere else, and I'll show you how to verify it after that as well. Okay, now CyberEngine Tweaks, or CET as it's called, is probably the most useful and most important mod that we have in our system here. So what it's going to allow you to do is do all kinds of things, but the main thing is it's going to allow you to pull up a console and then add things to your inventory manually, basically. There are other ways to add things to your inventory, such as stores and shops and that kind of thing. I usually just add them this way, so that's the method I'm going to show you. Again, if you've got one that's working for you, by all means keep doing it, but this is how you're going to do it using CyberEngine Tweaks. Okay, I've opened up Cyberpunk, and now I've just loaded up my latest save here. And I'm going to show you how to use CyberEngine Tweaks to add stuff to your inventory. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up CyberEngine Tweaks, and I do that by hitting the tilde key. Now that's going to change on how you have your settings done. I think that's what it defaults to, but right there's that hotkey. Use this hotkey to toggle overlay on and off. That's my I guess it's more of the whatever that single apostrophe is, right above your tab key. That's what I use. You can use whatever you like. You can bind it to whichever one you like. These are other mods that I have installed that use CyberEngine Tweaks as well. FreeFly, Time Acceleration, Immersive First Person, which I highly recommend, Weathering Tools, and that type of thing. But let's talk about adding items with the console. So we're going to click on this console here, and I'm clicking on it twice, and that's going to allow you to add stuff to your inventory using this space right here. So let's go ahead and find an outfit, and then I'll show you how to add it to your inventory using CyberEngine Tweaks like this. Alright, so I went on Nexus Mods again, and I found this outfit that I don't already have, and I figure it looks kind of cool, so let's go ahead and try to download it and then see if we can get it working in CyberEngine Tweaks. Alright, so the first thing, you can read through the description. It tells you what it is. One of the main things you want to do before you start downloading clothes anyway is make sure that it's going to have the refit for whatever body type you're using. So if you're using the vanilla or the base body, almost any of them are going to work. If you have one of these other body types, like for example I use Angel Body, I want to make sure that the outfit that I have has that refit in it. Otherwise you're going to get clipping and stuff's not going to be fitting right, things are going to be hanging out and all that kind of thing. So under requirements, it'll tell you what you actually need to download it. Now as you see, most of these are ones that we've already downloaded from those core mods. We don't need this store right here because we're gonna use it we're gonna install it using CyberEngine Tweaks. So it says mandatory if you want to get it with codes. This one is mandatory if you want to use it in the store. So I like using the codes, I just find it quicker. So that's the one we're gonna download. We have all these requirements. If you don't have them, you can just click on them and it'll take you to it like that. And then you'll go back, once you've installed the requirement, you go back to your item and go ahead and start downloading the item itself or the file itself. Alright, I don't use Mod Manager, so I'm just going to go manual download. You can preview the file contents if you want. That'll tell you where it's going to go. But again, I just do manual download. Again, it'll tell you what your requirements are, and again, we don't need this store one. Alright, so we've got it downloaded, and again, we're going to click on this show in folder. I'm going to right click on it, extract all, browse. My Cyberpunk one comes up. I hit select folder, and then I hit extract, and then it'll usually open it up again. That's kind of my verification if it went there, if it went to the right place. Now you don't need to do this every time, but let's just say you want to make sure it went to the right place. You can open this up and then go to each one of these folders in your Cyberpunk folder. So archive, PC, mod, and then you can make sure it's there. So MASURAN, and there they are right there. So see, they went to the right place. You don't have to verify that every time, but if you wanted to, that's how you would do that. Okay, so now that we've got it downloaded, we're going to open up that CET console, that Cyber Engine Suite console. One thing I have to say is, while I was doing this video, I just realized you do have to open Cyberpunk after you install whatever you're installing into that folder. That only makes sense, but that is something that if it's not working right, you may already have Cyberpunk running and that type of thing. So we've opened up the console. I'm going to go back to the description and make sure that I know where the codes are. You can just look for the codes. They're usually in a spoiler box like this. So I'll hit show, and we're going to copy the first one. Control C, and paste it there. And you should see where it says looted. So that's how you know you have it. I'll go back in and get the other things. I'm just basically alt-tabbing or hitting the Windows button there to switch between the two. And the last one, right there. Alright, so now we've got all three of those added to our inventory. If you don't see that looted thing, that looted notification right there, something's probably not right, and you probably didn't actually get it. Alright, so I'm going to hit my inventory. This wardrobe mod is another mod I've got downloaded. It just makes switching clothes a lot easier. And now we're going to go look for those clothes that I had. A lot of times you can search for them using like this name. One of these names. Let's try Elsa. Yeah, there we go. So here are the gloves that we downloaded. There's the boots, and then there's the suit itself. So let's start just by adding or equipping the suit. There we go. So we got the suit now. Now we'll equip the boots and the gloves. It equipped it over the outfit that I already had on, so that's why you see these white things here. They're on the other outfit. You would want to take those off if you still had them on. Normally I click no outfit and then get started doing putting the outfit on, but for the sake of YouTube not censoring me, that's I'm not going to do it that way. So as you can see, there's a little bit of clipping. That's from the old outfit that I still have on underneath this one, basically. So, but that's basically how you do it, and that's how you add them. Now with this mod, I can go in here and save it, and I could save it as I think it was called Elsa Racing, whatever you want to call it, and then you hit confirm, and there it is right there. But that's basically how you go about adding clothes using the Cyber Engine Suite console. You can also add any other items as well, such as, you know, weapons, cyber decks, anything like that. All you just do a Google search for, you know, the codes to add whatever pistol you want, that type of thing. Because I don't have them memorized right here, but it's always going to start game.add to inventory, and then the name of the item is going to be in here. And I'll also go ahead and say, make sure that you save your Cyberpunk game after you add your item, because if you add the item and then quit Cyberpunk without saving, it will no longer be there when you go back in next time. That's basically it. That's how you add your first clothing item using Cyber Engine tweaks if you haven't messed around with it before. And there you can see I got the racing item on. If you like this one, be sure to add a comment down below and let me know that you liked it, and we'll do something else next time. If there's something else that you want to see on other mods to add, like these, let me know and we'll go through those as well. Also, if you've got a way to add mods that you think works better than this, please feel free to leave it down in the comments. We're all trying to learn from each other, and I'm sure others would appreciate it as well. Well, thanks so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. We'll see you around.